Can you hear me? You should. Yeah, you can. Cool. Right, how loud's it get? Okay, that's loud. Let's turn that down. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's Part 2. It's only 2 weeks ago. We are playing the PTB today, later on, in an hour. Well, just over. Which way do I put this mic up? This way. Should be fine. Alright, 4 more minutes, I reckon. Welcome. We're playing this today. Ah. Hiya.
Hiya, your mum said your tea's ready.
Brilliant. I'll go collect it now. And if the stream starts when I'm downstairs, tell her I'll knock her out clean.
Okay, I will.
No worries at all. Alright, bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, BRB everyone. I'll be 2 secs. Oh. I know, roast dinner on a Tuesday, deal with it. Ugh. They're not late actually, they're not even, it wouldn't matter anyway because, yeah, they said they're starting at 4, so. Oh, I'll bring the chat up. My Wi-Fi's been turning off randomly recently, so you can see at the bottom right, it's, on 2 bars. It seems to be like that on my PC. I don't know why. Alright. Let's go on my, Alright. That's that open. I am so excited. Oh, I literally just read someone that said the same thing. I am so excited though. I've got my roast chicken. I was about to show you, but I bet it falls off the bone. My chair's still broke. Mm. Oh, let me turn that down. You might be able to hear my stream in the background. Right, 1 more minute, guys. Oh, by the way, I'm going to do a prediction of what Springtrap's power's going to be. So there is a camera system on Twitter that you can have a look at now, and I reckon that's something the survivors can use. But Springtrap's power, I don't think it'll be like long range projectile. I don't think it'll be a projectile at all. Ollie, oxen free. I always come back. He has to say that. Oh yeah, the original voice actor is going to be voicing Springtrap. But yeah, I actually just can't think of an ability. I wonder what the unique thing's gonna be. Or like, for Springtrap's encounters with survivors. Should start now. I'm fading out. It's fading out. Here we go, guys. Oh, I got baited. It's convenient when the audio. That's conveniently when the audio ended. Alright. My final prediction. Guys, I think I'm back. It just went all the way... No, what do you mean? Oh, I've got greasy bloody hands as well.
Literally just got it.
Oh, no, I'm going back. Alright, I'm so sorry, guys. If it does it again... Oh, no, but my internet just went off. Luckily, I can just start again. Right, it's here. Let's go.
New studio, who this?
Who
right?
dat? Our studio back. We're
back.
here. We're at the coffee table.
It's got
Oh, whatever.
Picture for
Luckily, I missed
streams
this.
in the future. We're gonna be doing videos that you do.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah.
You know,
Let's go to live. There we go. I swear to God. What is going on? What is going on?
the only negative of that event, we were not joined by Dork
Yes.
due to visa issues.
Yeah, it was really sad to be watching from the sidelines, but the hype in that room was electric. Like, even being at home, but just rooting you guys, that was just amazing.
But did DBD's
I truly hope that
10th anniversary today?
I'll
9th.
be able to meet
9th.
you guys in person. But for now, let's get into today's live stream, which we're talking about part 2 of our anniversary live stream with the Dead by Daylight Five Nights at Freddy's official live stream. And today, especially at PAX, you guys got a little taste about what was coming.
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped.
We're going to be talking about the map, the new gameplay, and the anniversary event, which is right around the corner.
We just gave him an app.
Is that
covering
FNAF?
The full pizza.
Yeah, the new full pizza.
So if you are new to Dead by Daylight, which I suspect some of you are, there are a lot of people here. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hello, camera 2. If you're new to Dead by Daylight, I just want to quickly explain what's
Oh, this
going
is
on.
garlic
We're doing our
chicken.
Stream, obviously, and generally we try to do these when we have either a release of the full chapter or, as is the case today, a PTB. If you don't know what PTB is, public.
I've had so many people explaining this recently.
Flipping knows. What it is a test tool for us on the development team. Truly, it's a chance for us to get the build out early, find some rough edges, anything that might not be working, and get it up to gear, up to snuff for the full release, which is coming on June 17th. So I just wanted to set the stage for you in case you didn't know what PTB is, because we'll mention it a few times. But
It is out on every platform June 17th.
as we wrap up the show here today, if we time it perfectly. So stay tuned. All right. So Five Nights at Freddy's is our most requested chapter of all time. You have wanted this for a long time. FNAF fans have wanted it for a long time. DVD fans have wanted it for a long time. I have wanted it for a long time. Now it's actually happening. So let's not delay any longer. We'll show you what's coming in the show today with the run of show. So we're going to kick things off with a segment that you've been waiting for, Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, playing as Springtrap.
Okay.
And helping us out, we're going to have Jason Guzzo back with us to talk about Springtrap's gameplay, but also the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map.
Yes, and then next I'll be joined on the couch with Justin Banks, who's going to break down this year's anniversary event and show us everything that's going to be happening.
That looks so weird to look at. It's so cool.
Then we'll have a new face on the couch, which is going to be Hollis from the product team, who's going to be running.
So Matthew Lillard ain't here.
Collections that'll be rolling into
Okay.
the vlog here in a couple of months. And then after that, Eric and I will be back on the couch to talk about the Dead by Daylight Creator Program, which I know a lot of our content creators out there
Okay, I might-
are at the edge of their seats waiting to hear news about.
I might not react to all of this like I did with the
Another thing to show
previous
you
stream.
that is new.
I only reacted to the FNAF stuff, really.
Yesterday in the game, little spoiler, we're going to be talking about the extremely cool
Luckily, it's right away.
Daylight stats tracker that's coming up. We're going to be able to look at your in-game stats and progress as you play, which is really neat.
Yes, I cannot wait to see how many times I've died. After that, well, obviously, wouldn't be a Dead by Daylight live stream without having some Twitch drops. And we're gonna have 3 amazing Twitch drops for players to go ahead.
I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen these ones. There was 3 other ones earlier.
Twitch chat or looking at the QR code to go ahead and make sure you're linking your behavior account so that you're not missing it. It starts today up until June 10th, but maybe Eric, you want to tell us what we're gonna get?
I do, although I don't know that it matches what's in the image. So we have 3 drops for you, but actually the first drop.
Here
is
it does.
You're gonna get blood points as well as the.
Hello, how you doing?
Clown badge.
Hello.
I don't. What I have written are not the same thing. So we're gonna learn together. Till we get it. Smiling clown badge, 200,000 blood points bundled together for watching 1 hour. A clown den banner for watching 3 hours, and a pin the tail on the Maurice charm for anyone who accumulates 6 hours.
I really need to wash my hands, but I'm not moving.
Oh, Maurice, how I miss you.
I miss him. I have to do my little head pats at the map.
I know. I hope he returns to us soon. Before we dive in, one last thing we did want to mention if you've been around for a few weeks. We're running a charity program at the moment, which I've been so psyched about, tied to Aurella's release.
I can't wait.
Already, well, it's finished, but it has over $200,000.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
That's before the multiplier that we're still calculating right now. So thank you to everyone who contributed to that charity. It's going to a really great cause, the Saint Justine Foundation here in Montreal.
Right, Springtrap's power.
So thank you.
His power.
We'll announce the final number when we have it
I-
from the numbers people.
I imagine him like stretching out his arm or something.
So crazy.
I don't know. Here we go.
Okay.
I don't know.
Without further ado, let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, playing a Springtrap,
Yeah,
and
it
beating
is.
out our dear
He
friend
is.
Jay Guzzo, the killer's designer.
That was so loud. Christ. That's his chase theme, isn't it? Wait, is it? It is. Is it that? I feel like that might be his chase theme. Interesting. It's just, I feel really scared. He is intimidating, man. Are they just, is he not ready yet, or are they just flexing the music for, well, he's showing off the music? What is going on? Oh.
Whoa! I was waiting for Jay to tell us when we're ready, but we're live. See, we told you it's live. You didn't believe us. Okay, so hi, Jay.
Hi.
So from the time that we announced that Five Nights at Freddy's was coming to Dead by Daylight, obviously the excitement has been off the charts for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, for DBD fans.
Oh, he's got a Freddy plushie. Just noticed.
And you know, people are speculating. Who's the killer going to be? Are we going to get a map, et cetera, et cetera? We answered those things in a high-level way at PAX a few weeks ago. Indeed, we will have a killer, Springtrap. For the first time ever, you get to play as Springtrap instead of be terrorized by Springtrap. Well, if you're a survivor, you'll still be terrorized. And also, we'll be bringing a new map. So Jay has come here to join us. And if you have watched streams before, you would know Jay from such hits as Chucky and also Dracula. Jay is the killer designer on both of those as well.
They were good.
Springtrap.
They were good killers.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm also excited for you to be here,
Oh.
Jay. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, you worked on some pretty iconic licenses already.
Seeing this is gonna be weird,
First
man.
Five Nights at Freddy's. What was it like when you first started working on that chapter?
I can't wait.
It was really interesting. I didn't have a lot of experience with it. Excuse me, my throats are a little dry today. I was obviously aware of it. I mean, everybody is. It's become so iconic in such a short period of time. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't really realize how kind of deep the lore and the story went
Yes.
before I started kind of looking into this chapter. So it's been cool, and like the story is way more horrifying than I ever thought it would be, to be honest.
Oh yes, despite how cute it is, very horrifying. And actually, I think that's a very initial common ground DBD fans and FNAF fans will have. Deep lore on both games, much more than you'd expect. And once you dig in, it's really cool stuff, and it goes, like you said, it goes places.
Yeah.
So I guess the way you mentioned it, sounds like you had to do a lot of research to get up to speed.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. You know, one of my favorite things about doing licenses like this is they give me an excuse, I guess, a reason to become like a real big nerd about one specific franchise or IP. And that's always amazing. You know, Chucky, I got to watch all the movies, and Dracula, we played the games and watched stuff. So this one, I did the same thing. I jumped in. My main thing was YouTube and Twitch, watching streams. I watched 60 to 70 hours of content.
Oh wow.
Some of the more popular streamers, I guess we can say, all through all the games, including the VR stuff and things. You know, not just to see games and how they played, but also players, how they react, the community, how they react, getting the inspiration for the experience of FNAF and Five Nights at Freddy's, excuse me.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really special thing. You didn't just tackle it from a mechanics point of view. You wanted to understand the community. You wanted to understand
Yeah.
the players, make them feel as welcome in DBD as possible.
Done a really good job, it seems.
No, we're going to be doing this a lot. It's just quicker to use acronyms. So I think that's a great touch. So any surprises you found along the way as you were doing that?
Yeah, I mean, this won't be a surprise to most people, but it was to me, was, like I said, just how passionate the community is. They're like you said, it's very similar to DBD in that respect of like very passionate fans and very passionate community. People who kind of, they watch the trailers and they watch gameplay and they pixel peep.
Oh, yeah.
And they kind of start stringing things together, and I imagine there's at least a few Five Nights fans with like the boards with pictures and the string all over them.
Yes, which, Jay, you're kind of famous for with Dracula. Hand drew some meme-worthy art, so maybe we'll have some more. But yeah, they're probably picking apart our outfits as we speak. Like, what does it mean? What is it? I just want
Yeah.
people to see my cool new mint
No.
colored shoes. That's
I
all.
just wanted people to see. I don't know.
Has he got Freddy socks?
My daughter bought me Freddy Fazbear socks for Christmas.
Got Freddy on feet.
That's cool.
Likewise, my son gave me his Freddy plush for good luck today. So
So their
we are
family's like,
here. So
FNAF,
before
that's
we jump into
sick.
Gameplay, why don't you
Ooh.
tell us about how you started to approach the design of Springtrap?
Yeah, it was a really interesting one because obviously, if you know both games, gameplay-wise, they're pretty diametrically opposed. Five Nights at Freddy's is really about sitting still. You manage resources, particularly the battery, and try not to get killed. Whereas DBD is all about moving around, doing the gens. If you sit still, you're gonna get yourself
Not a
killed.
good strategy.
It's not a great idea. So it really became about kind of nailing down what the quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's experience is. Things like the security office, the battery power, all those amazing jump scares,
Yes.
and just kind of figuring out how to adapt that into the context of DVD.
Perfect. So with that transition, let's get into Springtrap specifically and his gameplay.
Yes.
So
Oh.
one of the goals
Thought we were showing it.
was to figure out how to lean into those jump scares, which are kind of
Yeah.
the thing.
I think it's when you go in lockers and that stuff, right?
Right. Without making him just a straight up stealth killer, which was something we wanted to avoid. So I had this idea of doing something that we'd never really tried before, where we
wait,
could
he's stealth.
focus Springtrap kind of as a grab-based killer, because we have grabs in DB.
Is that a skin? Is that- was that-
scares
wait, what?
themselves with. They're
Wait.
There. So we just kind of leaned into that and gave him more of those opportunities.
There he is right there on screen.
See you later, man.
Yeah.
We even have another one of him doing a little bit of a grab.
Yeah.
Wait, he looks different.
And we gave him a pretty unique projectile, which is really cool.
Oh.
Springtrap has 2 weapons. I get to finally announce. I know the community have been talking about it. So he has a large pizza knife as his main weapon, and a heavy fire axe as his power.
Oh, the leaks are right. Wait, what?
About the axe.
Wait,
how do you
what?
use the axe? How's it different from projectiles that other characters in Dead by Daylight use?
Yeah, style killer that you've tried before.
Why?
We wanted to do something a little bit.
Go on.
If you throw the axe and it hits something in the environment, whether it's a missed shot or it's deliberate, it creates an AoE that lasts about 15 seconds. And if a survivor walks through it, you get killer instinct on them for a short period of time.
What is? I don't know what that does.
It kind of gets lodged in their back while you're chasing.
Kind of have an axe lodged in their back.
Just a
No
little
big
bit.
deal.
So they can remove it manually, or they can do it quicker in co-op with another survivor. As Springtrap, you can also retrieve it yourself if you get in close. You can skip kind of the steps of downing the survivor and picking them up. You get in close to a survivor that has the axe embedded in them. You click the button, you grab the axe and the survivor at the same time. Ooh. You get a cool little jump scare, and then you're carrying them on your shoulder. A couple of little notes. One of them is while you have your projectile available, you move at 4.4 meters per second. There.
Whoa!
Some jump scare action.
But once you've thrown the
Okay.
axe, you actually move at 4.6 meters per second. It's something that we've never really done base kit for a killer. It makes for some really interesting tactical choices, meaning that you have to recall the axe manually. It never comes back to you automatically unless you throw it out of the map, because you can make a mistake. But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually recall it.
So it lightens his load a little bit, makes him a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect. So that brings us to another unique part of his gameplay, and I think super iconic to Five Nights at Freddy's, the security office. So let's get into that.
Yeah. What?
So it was really important for us to give the killer and the survivor a really kind of interesting shared experience in that space, which allowed us to also lean into the jump scares. And some of the ways we came up with was to introduce a security office, which is part of any trial that Springtrap is the killer. It's part of his power. But it acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have 7 doors that appear randomly around the map at chest spawns, and these can be used
this
killers to teleport around the map.
Yeah, there be a door.
There it is. And survivors can also use them for surveillance. So as a survivor, you interact with the door. It brings up the camera view.
Okay, cool.
Iconic map view in the bottom right of all the different cameras. On the bottom left, you'll see your battery power, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors. If you see something that, if it looks safe on the other end, you press the button, your character goes into the security office, and then it's kind of like a hands-off, almost like a theme park experience where you see this first-person view going through the office, which is really cool.
And one thing you mentioned, again, just in case we have new folks playing, regardless of what map you're playing on, this functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Yeah, exactly. And as a survivor, if you happen to see Springtrap through a camera, if you train your camera on him for a few seconds, he'll be revealed for a little bit.
Oh, that makes sense.
And what about if, what if Springtrap goes in at the same time as a survivor goes in at a different door and they meet?
Yeah, so since they can both use the doors in the security office, we wanted to make sure that there was an opportunity for that interaction. So if a survivor is moving through that space from one door to the other, and Springtrap, chooses one of those 2 doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to, he'll interrupt them in the security office for a fun little surprise.
Ooh.
What?
I love all the little touches that the team has planted in there like that.
Gonna play this in 40 minutes.
I love it. Including this, you mentioned the battery. Managing the battery is part of this as well. So how's that work in DBD?
Yeah, so survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all of them. It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras. We didn't want players to just be the man in the chair and just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little bit. Using the teleporter to move around the map takes off a big old chunk in one shot. And then you have to kind of manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on its own over time, but you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out, the security system, which is kind of the doors, the cameras, the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds. But Springtrap is not affected by the battery. So if the survivors have kind of overplayed their hand and they shut the security office down, they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this chapter, and Springtrap can still use the doors and bounce around and do whatever he wants.
Dangerous. Fantastic. But what about disabling the doors?
Yes. So to go back to the axe, if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing, with their axe, that door and the camera becomes unavailable to survivors. They can't use it to teleport away. They can't teleport to that door, and they can't see through the camera that's been disabled.
Got it.
When the killer retrieves it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool way of like, I need to scope this area out, but I don't want to be revealed or seen. You can disable the door, move around, use it to fake the survivors out.
Got it. But it's not permanent. The door can be used again after the axe has been retrieved. Cool.
Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right. Cool. Okay. So speaking about moving around the map, which it sounds like we have a new exciting way to do that. One of the coolest things about the chapter, in fact, is the map.
Yes.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is now a new map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm. So what can you tell us about that?
Oh, everyone thought it was...
Did a ton of research, and like I don't say in the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay. Their team. Really
Oh wait, sorry. Right. We'll finish this segment and then I'll end the stream and I'll get ready for the PTB.
So it really
Oh, my Wi-Fi went off on my phone as well. Wait, isn't... I'm so... No, it didn't. I'm so confused.
Amazing. So are there some areas that you want to shout out that Five Nights at Freddy's fans might recognize?
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot. You'll see a lot of small references and stuff, but obviously we've recreated a lot of kind of the iconic areas from the game. But we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool. And we wanted to kind of add a little bit more space to allow for more dynamic chases and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for the rooms, we've got the lobby, we've got the dining hall, of course, with the full animatronic band on stage. It's very cool. And we have the arcade, which is, it's all very kind of creepily decorated like a birthday party. And, we have areas like the kitchen and even the mechanical room, which is cool. And
we can see a little glimpse right there, too.
Yeah, so altogether, this should kind of feel like I guess a formerly working pizzeria. Yes. And, of course, since it's Dead by Daylight, the entity's weird pustules and deformations are everywhere to remind you exactly of where you still are. And
you're
where
making
you're
a judgment call on those pustules there, Jay.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really going to love the map. They've done a lot of really cool work.
Yeah, it's super fun. And it looks really good, too. The art team did knock it out of the park. But also with Springtrap wandering around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, you're going to be in familiar territory.
Yeah.
So one other nice thing that we did mention on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again, we're going to have a separate queue for this map specifically, which means you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map. Normally, in the past, you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that. Now you can go straight in just to the pizzeria without having to hope that you get there. So it's going to be its own queue when you join the game.
Yeah, and that's a feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map.
Perfect.
We'll have a unique queue for that new map, which is really cool.
Perfect.
It's a great idea.
Okay, how about some last tips for survivors and for killer players?
Yeah, so for the killer, as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile. As I said, it's super unique compared to other projectile killers. We've done something that really allows you to kind of pull off some pretty gnarly trick shots. We've seen some really interesting ones on our internal.
Oh, this could be good.
So test that out, get used to it, and take advantage of the jump scares.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're playing with your friends, hearing them shout in your ear is always a great time. Yes. But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever, but they're really valuable tools if you get used to them and you use it to reveal the killer and kind of scoping out the area. You'll get more of an advantage out of them than I think you realize at first.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Jay, thank you so much as always for joining us on the couch.
All right, I'm gonna
work and the fun stuff that you've planted in there. Soon enough, people will get to play around with it. I know you're going to be glued to your Twitch screen so you can watch people play it, test it out. Thank you so much for joining us. The show must roll on. So next, we're going to bring out our friend Justin Banks.
That reference.
Fill you in on DBD's anniversary event that's right around the corner.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going to end it here, guys, but I'm going to be streaming in half an hour Springtrap gameplay. I know I named it on this stream, but whatever. I wonder if I can... Nah. I don't think it'll be available now. Let's just have a look. I'll just quickly check. I'll quickly just minus that. Yeah, it didn't show gameplay. Everyone was saying it. Right, okay, so if I go Dead by... I doubt it, but we'll just have a look anyway. Alright, Dead by Daylight, where are you? There you are. So, properties. Yeah, not yet. Alright, guys, I'm going to end this here. Thank you all for watching. I can't wait for this. Yeah, it'll be starting very, very soon. So, half an hour, I'll be streaming again. Looking forward to it. Bloody Wi-Fi, man. I need to sort that out. Don't know what's going on with it. Maybe it's the storage, because I deleted something and it started working. Like, yesterday it was awful. It was dreadful. Right, anyway, guys, take care, and I will hopefully catch you in half an hour when I will be playing a Springtrap, and I'll be doing Survivor games, potentially with my mate as well. So, yeah, it should be good.